Well, we made it back up to get this planted right after I brought the tractor up here the other day. We ended up getting about 3/4 of an inch of rain, so that put us out for 2 days. We spent those 2 days getting Grandpa's 16-row planter ready to roll. Put the seed disc back in it, a few other little maintenance deals, and we're rolling. He's got the 8940 on his planter. I tell you what, it's a good looking setup. When you got 2 boxcar Magnums, 2 Kinsey planters, it's a good looking crew. And when you got a 95 Ford Power Stroke on a seed tender, kind of adds that little extra nostalgia. But we're trying to get her planted. I got everything back there planted around the top terrace. I'm getting this little piece here worked out, and then once I get it done, I'm gonna finish planting all the terraces right there. I run down here to get the Power Stroke and the seed tender, that way I can fill my planter back up. Grandpa's having issues keeping the hydraulic hoses hooked up to the 8940. He thinks the O-rings and the hydraulic outlets are wore out and they're not wanting to seal. Before they kept shooting out when he'd use his markers. Now he's having a hard time even getting them to plug in, period. So he's starting to tear that apart and look into it. And his planter, as heavy as it is, part of that field he was having problems. He's had the planter wheels roll up in mud once before already, so having issues. So he's trying to get that figured out, and I'm gonna keep planting that way. While his tractor's down, we're still getting something done. I gotta go back and finish where he was at, then go to the next little neck of that field that goes to the west, that square part. Then I can come out front. I hope he gets it running, because if he doesn't, we're gonna have to take the beans out of his planter and put them in mine, and that's gonna be a lot of extra work. If they're not too terribly full, you can almost get away with just putting his boxes on my planter. But we'll have to see if he can get his rig running. If he can, I may take over and run that rig. Means mine will be empty and he can start spraying corn. Have to see how things kind of materialize this afternoon, whether he gets it fixed or not. Either way, he's gonna have to run back home and get O-rings if he's got some, or run to Beards and get some, or whichever dealership may have them. Berkey's may have them too, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Grandpa finally got the planter running. He's going along the brush right there. I got the terraces planted, so those are out of the way. Now I'm probably gonna do 2 more passes right here along this last terrace and start out on that front piece out there, and this field will be done. Get it done in pretty good time. Probably gonna go ahead and plant the king farm today too. I think we should have enough seed in our planters after we plant this to do the king farm. Not 100% sure, but we're gonna find out. Last pass for this farm. Grandpa took the Power Stroke and seed tender back home. He was going to get a box of Ag Venture so I can plant the king farm. I have a little bit of seed left in the planter, just enough to put my end rows on there. And I'll probably end up having to wait for him to get up here, and we'll fill my planter back up. And I'll plant the king farm. I plan on getting that done this afternoon. It's about 3:15 now, so I can get it done pretty good time. It's a lot cleaner than it has been in the past, so that ought to make it easier to plant. Last time I planted beans there, it was a mess, and I couldn't see my marker nothing. It was kind of a bad deal, so it's a lot cleaner when we checked it the other day. So if I get that done, I would have been a little over 100 acres today. Because I did a majority of this, means he was having planter problems. And his planter right now is low enough to where he keeps having to get out and even out his boxes. So he parked it and went and got seed. I had enough to finish this, so now I'm moving on to the next field. Got my endros on. Grandpa, he came up with the truck. He put all the AgVenture seed we had left in the tender. So that's enough, or should be enough to get everything finished up here, except for Benjamin. He's got to spray it yet. We should get to planting that hopefully Monday. But I'm getting along pretty good here. There's still a bit of moisture. It's almost right on the line of too wet, but it's planting good, so let her roll. Well, another farm's done. Be 2 farms got done today. The only thing we got left is DeWitt farm. Well, DeWitt / Carl, whatever. The Benjamin farm, and we got Brosey and LaGrange. Brosey will be the last one we do. Grandpa, he finally got the 8940 kind of figured out. It is going to need some work, but when the time comes, it'll get done. They're talking rain tonight. We're supposed to be without rain for a week. Well, they're talking rain tonight, so I got these beans in the ground just in time. 2 fields are done. It can rain up here. We don't care because we got wedding tomorrow. Well, we ain't going to the wedding. We're going to the reception, so we'll work tomorrow morning. Sunday, we'll see how things kind of are. Sunday, we may come up here and plant again. We don't like working on Sundays, or at least being in the field on a Sunday. But if you have to, you have to. Just part it. So I'm going to fold this up, take it back to DeWitt farm, see if Grandpa got any spraying done. He said he's going to mix up a 40-acre load and go spray. So I'll see if he got that done or not.